Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Potential Unleashed. We are back with another One Piece chapter review. One Piece chapter 1071, titled A Hero's Offensive. Now, these are the scans. This is supposed to be a chapter that is supposed to, I believe, come out, I want to say 2 weeks into the new year, because there's going to be a weekly Shonen Jump break, and then this chapter. So I'm pretty sure this is supposed to really release, not the 8th, but the week after that. I'm not sure about that. Right? It's just when we get this, you guys probably won't get a chapter review for like another 2.5 to maybe even 3 weeks, because they dropped the scans, or they've been doing this for like the past 2-3 years. Just want to mention that. But let's start off with what the chapter is going on. So in the last few chapters, we know that Kuma left the revolutionaries, and he is teleporting back. We didn't know where he was going, but he's officially landed at the Red Line. Now, Kuma is a slave to Celestial Dragon, so we don't know exactly why he's here, right? He ended up leaving Mary Jawa because of the stuff with Sabo and revolutionaries going against Green Bull and Fujitora. And so now that he's back here, the citizens are running away because Kuma is a mindless, invisible slave for the Celestial Dragon, so nobody can control them. You know, we already know that Kizaru's headed to Egghead Island. Kanju's got stuff going on. We don't really know exactly if Green Bull's back. So basically they're like, alright, all Navy that we have at disposal, come and subdue Kuma. So I want to know if Kuma's there, why he's there. Is it because of the stuff that's happened with Vegapunk? Because of Boney? Did Vegapunk put something in Kuma to make him do this? So what is his true objective here? We cut back to Egghead Highland, and all the different Vegapunks, including the original one, they're trying to figure out what to do. All of them, some of them are like, yo, let's get ready for war. Some are like, no, let's not do that. Other ones are trying to be more rational about it. And Vegapunk, he's like, well, here's what we'll do, right? I feel bad for Senamaru, right? But I'm gonna ask this person for help. And he's like, I really don't want to get involved, but I'm gonna do it. And he's like, yo, I'm in a pinch, please save me. And he's like, of course, I've always been prepared for this order. Now, I don't know who it is. You can't really tell because the Denden Mushi, we know that the Denden Mushi ends up changing face to the person that they're contacting, but we can only see from the behind view, and the shading and stuff like that makes it not really noticeable. But the only person I could really think, it might be a member of the Marines, someone on the level of Smoker, I would say. Probably either Smoker or Taishigi, or it would probably be one of the revolutionaries in Dragon, but I know that they have a lot going on right now. I also find it funny that, Vegapunk, he was like, yo, can I get a ride on your ship? And Luffy was like, yeah, but he's actually going to take the other 6 Vegapunks with him. He's like, all right, the 7 of us are ready. And Usopp's like, well, why the fuck are all y'all going? And I'm just like, this is going to be a pain, which it is. Then we cut to Luffy and Boney. Boney's obviously still mad at Vegapunk that the father of her, which is Kuma, had been turned into a mindless cyborg. And she wants him to change it back. But Luffy's like, yo, I promised this old guy that we'd allow him to get on the ship. So if you beat him up, don't beat him up too bad, right? And so there's a lot of stuff going on. Apparently, for in the laboratory, the defense systems are going down, where we know that they're sitting up in here trying to protect Vegapunk and Egghead Highlands. So the different CP0 members are like, yo, this is possibly a trap. Like, I'm not really sure what's going on. And so I want to know how and why these defense systems are going down, because CP0, Kizaru, the Seraphims, they have a lot of firepower. Where Kaku, he's like, I understand what's going on, right? We're just gonna go up here and attack the Straw Hat ship, right? Luffy, he really don't give a fluff about what the world government said. He really just wants to beat up Luffy and the Straw Hat crew, because he has some history with Luffy. Number 2, he doesn't want to acknowledge him as an emperor. And so I'm not surprised this happened. Kaku, he sends a Tempest kick towards the Sunny. Zoro, he's taking a nap. He wakes up and he unsheathes, I think that's the correct pronunciation of it, his sword, and he blocks the Tempest King. He's like, yo, who woke me up from my nap or interrupted my nap? And it's Kaku, right? He's like, Roanoa. So typically, number 1, Zoro and Luffy, they always parallel in anything they do. So we knew that since Lucci was going against Luffy, that they had a little tiny interaction, that Zoro was going to have to go against Kaku. But I think this is the first time that in a canon atmosphere we've seen Zoro block an attack or do something in his sleep. I don't remember what movie, but I know Zoro dodged an arrow when he was asleep. But I do remember in Film Gold, during the intro, somebody tried to attack Zoro and he like said skink, and then, you know, block the attack even in his sleep, because Zoro knows that, you know, a swordsman would never leave their guard down, you know, enough for them to be attacked, and him and Kaku are having a little skirmish. We then cut to Luffy, and he meets up with Robin, Sanji, and that group, and they're like, yo, we gotta go. And Luffy's like, man, why we gotta go? We just got here. They're not really worried, but we obviously know a lot of stuff is going on. Bonnie, she's trying to attack Vegapunk because, you know, the stuff of the father, and Vegapunk's like, yo, there's a reason why I can't change it back, and he's trying to explain that to her. Then we cut to the New World. Now, I want to mention this. I did do a YouTube short talking about this because the three of them, the Law, Luffy, and Kid, went on different routes, and they all met somebody important. Where Luffy, he ended up meeting Vegapunk, Law, Blackbeard, and Kid. Well, you know, there's a big fish, and Killer's talking about, yo, you want to explore this island? And he said, this is probably the home of the giants, which is Elbalf. And I talked about Kid, you know, meeting the man marked by flames, and now that we know, well, two things. One, we speculate that Elbalf is Shanks' territory, and number two, because Saul is alive, and he was covered in bandages, that, you know, the stuff from Ohara, in the history of the world, that is in Elbalf, so Saul is probably the man marked by flames. So I just find it funny how we talked about this, and that Kid is reaching an island where we're finally going to figure out what important figure he is going to do. So I love the fact that we got stuff about Law, got stuff about Luffy, and got stuff about Kid as well. Now we cut to the final part of the chapter where we are back at the little Navy base right outside of Egghead Highland, because we know that Koby has been kidnapped and Helmeppo is crying, and, you know, he's like, we gotta go help Koby, but everybody's like, nah, you know, we can't go and fight an emperor. Where Garp ends up pulling up, and he's like, yo, I'm already outside. And he's like, you know, you cannot launch a full-scale offensive against an emperor without talking to the people above. But we know Garp don't really give a fluff about that. He's like, Helmeppo, stop your whimpering, right? Get on board. He said, we're going to beat the crap out of the Blackbeard pirates and go save Koby. Now, I am really excited about this. We finally get to see Garp go all out. And at least for me, I personally think Garp is weaker. Since he's older, I think he's weaker than probably Akainu, Kizaru, and Aokiji. Maybe not necessarily Green Bull and Fujitora, but in terms of Yonko, I think Blackbeard and probably Shanks and maybe even Luffy at this point now. And it's not just Garp, it's probably Sengoku and Rayleigh as well. I think people overrate them in terms of strength. But hey, this could be a chance to prove me wrong, because he's going against Blackbeard and his entire crew, which consists of Aokiji for now. We don't really know where he really stands, but Shiryu, Burgess, all of them. And so we're finally going to get to see Garp in action, go and save Koby. Helmeppo's going to be there. I don't exactly know how, like, if Koby's tied up. Well, probably so, because he didn't escape. But I don't know if he's, like, beat up or anything like that. But there's also Pudding there as well. So there's a lot of stuff that is going to go down in the next couple chapters. But I really want to know who who Kid is going to go see, who he's beating up. If it really is Jaguar D Saw, the man marked by flames. I want to see more about their journey. I can't wait to see. It was good seeing Zoro versus Kaku, but it should just be like Luffy, a quick little clash, and it's all going on. Kizaru's showing up there as well. And there's Garp. He's going to have to fight Blackbeard. That will probably be after Egghead Highland. We'll see the results or stuff like that. But at the same time, you know, they're pulling up on Blackbeard. Law's going to be there as well. So it's going to be a free-for-all. And I believe that Oda said in his interview at Jump Festa talking about, you know, there's a free-for-all going to go down, or battles are going to go down for the King of the Pirates, and hopefully somebody doesn't die. So really interesting chapter. Can't wait for the next one, but we got to wait like 2-3 weeks for it. But let me know how you guys feel about chapter 1071 in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. It's on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.